I've called this press conference today to address some of the worries and issues that some of the Tottenham fan base seem to have. And these worries clearly stem around the sale of vice-captain Romero. And lads, I've heard your frustration. But it is in this time that I do urge all of you to stick behind me, the manager, and also the boys in the dressing room. We were all a huge fan of Romero, but after all, when Real Madrid come knocking, there was no way that us, as Tottenham Hotspur, could stand in his way. It was the right move for us to let Romero go to Real Madrid, a place who has won many trophies and has a full cabinet. We too wish to be one of those places at some point soon. The summer window was always going to be a time of turmoil, and it's time for us to put that behind us now. We have set ourselves up ready for Champions League football this year and making a return to that competition. As we've prepared for that, I trust that you guys will get behind the process that we have going on here and hopefully believe in this rebuild. I do think in the next 3 seasons, we will be lifting ourselves a Champions League trophy and many more along the way. But for now, it's time to rally behind the boys and let's push forward here in season number 2. I'd like to thank you all for taking your time out of your day to listen to this press conference, and I will see you in the video. Yes, boys, what's going on? And welcome to another episode of the Tottenham Hotspur Career Mode. Now, I hope you like the intro. I've never done out like that before. Something we're trying on the channel. I'm going a bit crazy with it this year. Your guys' support on this series is absolutely bloody good. By bloody good, I mean amazing, because you smashed it. Again, I mean, all the comments, all the likes and stuff. I was worried when we were going back to 2 videos a week that this was going to be a huge problem. But you guys are still loving it, and I'm loving recording it. So, we have a lot to get through in this episode. I want to try and hit January, maybe. And in order to do that, I'm going to have to play a lot of games, including our first game back in the Champions League. I am so excited for that one. That one's going to be the best game. Barcelona today, boys. Did anyone order some Barcelona? November, December. There's a lot to get through if I'm to get to January. So I'm not making any promises that we get to January, but I'm going to try and get a bit closer. Obviously, we're going to sim some games. We're going to play some games. We're just going to have a fun time. We're going to kick off the episode actually playing this Dynamo game, but we should look at the transfers that we've actually done. If you missed the last episode, it was huge. You should probably go back. This is probably not the start point that you should be hitting, but if you have hit that, thank you very much. We brought in Vucevic, who they brought in real life. This was going to happen, but then all hell just hit. Honestly, Bakayoko comes in. We stopped him going to Juve. I think that's a good signing. Dean Henderson as a backup goalkeeper. We don't know who's going to start at centre-back next to, Van der Ven. But we do have Harwood Bellis. We do have Murillo. It's going to be one of those two. These are the future there. I know we're upset about Romero, but these are the future there. Reinders came in as the blockbuster deal towards the very end of the window. And then Luka Modric, he's come back. I brought him back, boys. That's what I do. I just try and make your guys' dreams come true. And just forget about the Romero thing. Another thing that has been mentioned several times, it wasn't just dominated in the comment section by Romero, it was dominated by Pedro Porro. You guys want me to be playing him, and as much as I kind of fell out with him at the end of last season, this is a new year, and I fully understand that. So in this episode, we will bring him back into the fold and we will rotate him more with Van der Ven. I still, as it stands, prefer Van der Ven right now, but we will start getting Pedro Porro back in the team. I know that's what you guys want. We also have a lot of hashtag Ask Yorkies in this one. Keep them in. You know the deal. Hashtag Ask Yorkie, and I will answer it in the video. I'm thinking of leaving transfers, because there's a lot of them in one episode and it takes up time. I'm thinking about leaving transfer suggestions for the transfer episodes because we play less games in that one. It's easier to breeze through it, even though I take an age in a transfer window, and we can go through them in a more relevant time when we're trying to get transfer deals done. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm not sure on that yet. There might be players come up that I'm like, yo, we should talk about this. But yeah, that's my thought process. Now, before we can get to Champions League football, we do have this Brentford game. I'm going to quick sim it. It's a strong 11, but I've left, obviously, some pieces out of the team because I want them for that Champions League game. I have, oh my God, we get battered. We get battered. We lose 3-1. Luka Modric's come back to get 7 shots and 7 chances and we couldn't score. Are you having a giraffe? But Luka Modric's back in the team. He's scoring goals at least. Maybe I really shouldn't have rotated the team, but I just have such a keen focus this season on Champions League football. And this will be our 11 for our first Champions League game. Obviously, going to Kyiv, this isn't going to be easy, but we can make some rotation and still have a very strong squad out there. I've chosen Murillo at centre-back today. Henderson's going to get his first start for the team. Angel Gomez comes in and Bakayoko getting his first start for the team as well. We've got a lot of change going on here at Tottenham. Also, for some reason, it was winter last week. It's sunny now. Don't know if you can tell on the camera. I don't know what's happened, but maybe the sun is shining down on us for some good performances in today's episode. You know what to do as well. You haven't smashed subscribe yet, hit it. Hit the like button. Keep it up, boys. The love and support. More and more people are seeing us. We are super close to 10k now. I don't know what Dynamo's team actually looks like, but as I'm already looking through it, I'm thinking to myself, this is a team we'd have lost to in the Europa League. This really is a team we would have lost to in the Europa League. So, need to be locked in for this one, right? We need to be locked in. They've got a gap. They've got a gap to fire off a shot and score an absolute screamer. And the Tottenham's European woes continue. Oh my God, what a goal that was. I want to fire back as quickly as possible here because I could not take this scoreline. Can I get inside with Son? Oh, I can. That's lovely. Bakayoko's there. Oh, that was a mistake. And then I fired off a shot. Oh, I should have held that just a bit. Oh, Dynamo are causing me a lot of problems here. That's a great save, Henderson. Well, it looks like we're back to our usual ways in Europe. It's just not falling for us right now in Europe. That was... Well, who's up there? I was going to say, there's got to be somebody up there. Did they lose that to Solanke? They do. Now can we break? Son tries to play it up. Is there going to be a ball on Papsa? Oh, he doesn't have the pace. That is so unlucky. Sar's gas tank and pace is just a little bit worrying to me. His stamina is really poor. He loses it very quickly into a game. Gomez, I'll start in behind to Bakayoko. He's going to find him. Bakayoko was probably wondering what was happening with Solanke. Bust a gut, man. They need to get on the same wavelength. Out wide to Reinders. Reinders wondering again where his help was. Solanke out to Gomez. Oh, what a save. That's a bit better. Trying to work the ball a lot more. I like that. Bakayoko can loft that one. It's too close to the goalkeeper. But yeah, the movement's improving now. Let's try and work our way into a goal and then just see where we go from there. Oh, big mistake. Solanke. Solanke over to Bakayoko. Oh, he should have had his first goal there, man. He should have done. Putting Dynamo under some real pressure now. And again, we've got to get a better delivery in Bakayoko. We've scored from a few corners recently. The delivery has to be much better than that. Positive signs, though, at the end of the half that we can get back into this one. Bakayoko trying to loft that one over to Solanke. He actually got it into him. Solanke can fire off a shot. Keep a tight angle. But again, we're starting to really put some stuff together. And there's one at Gomez. Needs help. He got it in Bakayoko, and he got siphoned down for that as well. Oh, Solanke's in space. Solanke's in space. What a defensive maneuver that was. Reinders from distance. I know he can pop off a shot. It's the first time I've done that. I wanted to give it a go. I genuinely think a point in this game wouldn't be too bad in Kyiv. Gomez trying to loft one over there to Son. Is he going to get to it? He is. Probably needs a bit of help. Is he going to get it? He is. And Dominic Solanke. And slide that one in. Oh, was that good? Brennan Johnson. Oh, I thought that was the perfect move. I brought Brennan Johnson on. I'm going to bring on Kulusevski now as well. And I brought on Pedro Porro. Done. Kulusevski, has he? Ran too much. The water, man. The water on the floor made it run. To be honest with you, after that fast start, the game's just kind of slowed down a bit for us. We're not really creating. Oh, that's full-time whistle. We're going to lose here in Kyiv. European football curse continues. We actually looked really good as that game went on, but we just couldn't break Kyiv down. And in the patches of play where we needed to be better, we wasn't. Now, I think there'll be plenty of easier opportunities moving forward for us to get wins in the Champions League. An away trip to Ukraine is not easy, but we definitely should have done better. We need to find the back of the net, and I'm hoping we can do that today in this game against Brighton. They did it twice in real life recently, and then conceded free. So I'm hoping defensively we'll hold. I've got an early free kick opportunity, and I don't want to concede early in a game again, because when teams are sitting on us, that's when we seem to be finding it most difficult. Vicario, huge save. Oh, that's a good ball. Angel Pedro. Oh my God, imagine that. We do not look on the ball today, but nothing seems to be going for us defensively. We have had another update. We've had another patch. I don't know what the patch has done, by the way. Let me know how you guys are finding it. Oh, my God. They press you so much. They press you so much. Van der Ven. Oh, he doesn't get there. What was that? What was Vicario doing? Oh, my God. We concede. But I can't really understand. Press triangle to bring Vicario out. What Vicario was doing there. Like, look at this. Van der Ven, I think, does enough. Gets a touch there. It doesn't work. It's heavy. He just runs. He never dives. He just runs. He's just running blindly at him. What the... Oh. Okay, let's have some belief we can get back into it. But that is such BS. And we barely had a shot. They've pressed me every inch of the pitch and made my life hell. Toes ball over. Find Son. What's that touch? What is that touch from Son? Take it in your stride. You're world class. Madison. Time it right. Have I timed it right? Solanke, great touch! Solanke, right before the half. That is huge. Ball over for Madison. Big Dom making it 1-1. I'll tell you what's been sticking out in my mind as well. That João Pedro, who was recommended by someone, seems to have 9 million strength. Like, he's out-strengthening Van der Ven and Howard Bellis in this game. Oh, my God. We've lost out again by some stupidity. And João Pedro's hit the post. There's some dumbness in this new patch. It could be me. Again, could be me. But, like, where I'm aiming my pass to go, it's not going. That one was a risky one. But I haven't been doing tons of them. I've been doing smaller ones and not getting the result I was expecting. That ball was too much. I barely put out on that as well, but ball was a little bit too much there. Poro lifts it over to Bakayoko. That's a good touch from him, actually, but he didn't really have the bodies he thought he was going to have. That's a weird ball out, but it might work out here. Destiny Doji pulls it back across. Madison, what a save. What a save. Point blank, but what a save. A really busy week for Tottenham, and I would love to end the week on a good... No, Son! Oh, it's just beyond. You can't get closer. Bakayoko. Terrible pass, although Solanke might get there and steal it. Solanke did get there and steal it. What could he do? Lays it onto Bakayoko. Footwork didn't work. Could Son get there? Oh, in the depth of this game against Brighton. The fight back is complete, and it's the captain, Heung-min Son, obviously, who finds the back of the net. I cannot believe he wins the header there. He just had more fight, didn't he? He just had more fight. He wanted it more. Oh, my God, I cannot believe we've rescued this game. That result leads us nicely then into this Carabao Cup game, in which you guys keep asking for it. And I do think we should have a secondary formation. We've rotated. I'm just going to go for this one, and we're going to try the two cams again. I would love a Carabao Cup run again. We did lose in the final, didn't we, to Arsenal? Painful. Don't really want to remember that, but we did do it. And I think, though, if I put a bit of effort into this competition, we could reach it again. And maybe this time it won't be against such a hard time like Arsenal. It might be against an easier side. Oh, that's a good ball in behind to Ollie Watkins. Oh, God, what a finish. You seem to love to concede a first half goal at the minute. We just really do. Madison then to Solanke. And I'm just really struggling to break sides down. Can Solanke find that over though to Kulu? Oh, Paul, why are you trying the second touch? I was smashing the shoot button, and it's like, no, I'll take another touch. Every game looking like it's going to be a rescue mission at the minute. We just can't kind of plug the hole at the back. I know people are going to point to Romero. I get it. I do get it. We are a very different team, though. We're a very different side. There's a lot of new players, so it's going to take some time for those to bed in, I guess. What about? Gets it in. Solanke. We're going to get a secondary chance, I think. Oh, I couldn't knock it back over. We're going to get another bite of the cherry. I am struggling actually with the kits here. Is anybody else struggling with this? I'm struggling with the kits a little bit. Bakayoko. I need to find space. Is that a great ball into Odebear? It is, and he's going to loft it. It's terrible. Terrible! Oh, here they come with Leon Bailey. Henderson saves. Need to get some subs on. Need to get a lot of subs on. Need to get something going. We need a goal very, very soon. Oh, my God, if we had to survive this one. Pedro Paro trying to loft it over, but Martinez doesn't mind coming out, does he? Yeah, just can't get anything going, boys. Just cannot. Not against this Villa side. They're so good. Bailey's through again due to some weirdness. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I could just be playing terribly, but I'm just not feeling like the game is great today. So look what happens here, right? Murillo takes the ball. He has the ball, and I am spamming. I am not kidding you, boys. I am hammering the X button here to just poke it anywhere. I know it doesn't have many options. I get it. But just to kick the ball. Because if he passes it to one of their players, that's not the end of the world. We're in a much better position than what happens. But he dawdles. He does nothing. Look, right? So I realise here, I've got the ball. X, 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 X. He takes a touch. X, X. And then Watkins can get in. It's just, that's happened so many. This is not a one-off occasion. That's happened so many times in this game. Then Van der Ven, is it? Or is it Howard Bellis? I think it's Howard Bellis, right? He doesn't react. So look at this from the AI. Watkins pokes it. And when Watkins pokes it, Bellis, who was going the right way to cover Bailey, now all of a sudden goes the other way. Then stops, then goes the other way. And backs off. He backs off so that I can't get to Leon Bailey. I never stand a chance. It's so confusing. And we had that dumb Vicario thing earlier where he just ran forward. I'm not saying that we shouldn't be losing this game, by the way. We should definitely lose this game of football. We've not been good enough, and the formation hasn't worked. Right, that's the biggest thing here. The formation has not worked. Oh, great save. But my biggest issue is so many of those situations all of a sudden are happening in the game, and I didn't feel like this. I think I even said this was the best gameplay for me personally I'd had since the start of the game. But we're getting so many more of those dumb things now. I don't get what it is. It's just like cheese. Do you know what I mean? It's just like designed in that moment that they're going to score. And the best way to make it so that they score is by something dumb happening. But we're out of the Carabao Cup anyway. I just wanted to get that opinion in at the end of this game because I want to know if any of you guys are feeling the same way when you're playing the matches right now. I don't know. The second chance stuff is getting annoying. No better way to try and get back on track than by taking on Liverpool. We're having inconsistent form, which is something I did point out, I think, in the last episode, how because we're so much younger, we might have a bit more inconsistency, a bit more inconsistent form from the team. And that's something that we're definitely seeing so far in this episode. And it is kind of what I was expecting. But we need to be better. We need to be better against smaller sides. I'm not going to give Aston Villa that. They always give us a run for our money. But we need to be better against the smaller sides. This one today's a free hit, but we've got a strong team out there. Let's see if we can win. Now, as for the Liverpool side, though, this is a weird Liverpool side. Martinelli, Diakate starting up top. Chiesa, Harvey Elliott, McAllister, Endo. That's normal. Simicast, Nat Phillips, Van Dijk, Trent Alexander-Arnold, and Mamardashvili. This is a very different team. De Vrij on the bench. Richarlison's on the bench. They got Gravenberch on the bench. Gakpo on the bench. Diaz. They got a really good side. Why have they got so many good goalkeepers? They've got Mamardashvili and Umar Simon. Like, they have insane goalkeepers. Madison. Can I get that one in behind? Solanke took that so well. Solanke still. Heavy touch, though. It was difficult. It was being ushered down the line by Nat Phillips. But I think Nat Phillips is someone we can go at today. When I get Solanke paired up next to him, I should be hammering it. Oh, wow. Chiesa got through. Diakate with a shot. Pedro Porro can get it away. On. Just it into Dominic. Dominic this time up against Van Dijk. He's still managed to breeze through. But you're not scoring from that position, are you? On the Brennan. Oh, he beat it. We just couldn't get it over the big head of Matt Phillips. Wow, Chiesa is so good. Diakate tries to whip that one across. Pedro Porro can collect. Now we might have a bit of an advantage. If Madison's touch was a bit better, he could have spread that one out to Brennan Johnson. Martinelli. Oh, whoa. Huge save from Vicario. Here we go. Pedro Porro. And I hate these pitches that have, like, I know it's realistic, but sun on some side and then not on the rest. Can Son turn his man? Oh, we might find a gap here. Heung-min Son. Oh, it's blocked. Blocked by Virgil. Oh, Martinelli. Martinelli! The ex-Arsenal man not finding the back of the net. And Liverpool again. Diakate. Chiesa. Destiny Udogie couldn't quite get there, but Vicario can save it. Been non-stop punishment now, really, from Liverpool. Diakate's coming off. Gakpo's coming on. So no Richarlison by the looks of it in this game. For us, we're staying the same. I feel like we've had moments in this match. Nothing coming recently, to be fair. But yeah, we've had moments in the game. Brennan. Oh, if I find that. Am I in? You know, these little passes, these little technical passes towards the opposition half, they just haven't come off in this episode so far. Point here, though, against Liverpool, obviously. Ex-champions Liverpool wouldn't be bad, but Chiesa, luckily, can't shoot today. Here comes Son. wants it over. Oh, and he's found it over. Now I need to be clever. Solanke, I was clever. He scored from that position before, and I knew he could score from it again. We take the lead against Liverpool. What a moment that is for Dom, and I'll tell you something. He's actually the shining light of this season so far. I think he's the top goal scorer by a mile. Nobody else really has helped and chipped in yet. Huge win against Liverpool then. That's the way you bounce back. I really wasn't wrong about Solanke either, by the way, boys. 3 goals, 2 assists so far this season. And you could tell the fluidity is our biggest issue. I actually think we've defended really well in patches. But going forward, we haven't offered enough. And Son's not even done it so far this year. 6 appearances and 2 goals. So we're relying a little bit more on Dominic Solanke. So I need more players to be coming into the team and making bigger statements, because the fact that we only have Solanke on 3, Son on 2, Modric and Maddison as goal scorers this season, that is all we have in our team. It's a big problem, and you can see why we're struggling. Now, this really is where the Champions League starts for us here for Tottenham, right? It's our first home game. The fans, honestly, the atmosphere in the ground for this one would be insane. We're taking on Rangers, so that just adds fuel to the fire. I'm super, and I mean super excited for this one. I've also opted tonight that Luka Modric will be our captain. And I think if he's on the pitch and Son isn't on the pitch, Modric will be our captain. And then I'm toying also with having like 2 vice captains, and Vicario being one of those vice captains as well. So that's where we're at in terms of captaincy at the club right now. And this is going to be the 11 that I've decided to go with for this big game against Rangers. We're going to sim forward a bit after this one, but this is a huge game. You know, the fact that I'm choosing Sarr to be in the team next to Modric today is huge. Murillo playing as well. Kulusevski at cam. Odegaard out on the left. Yeah, I have rotated just a touch, but it is still a team that I believe can beat this Rangers side. Now, when we look at the Rangers side, I'm not seeing too much changes in their team. They got a couple of players on yellow card. I think that's cool that you get to see that. Suter, Proper, Tavernier, Sterling. That's what I'd expect. Raskin, Diamonde. Like, this is very similar, but obviously Yan Min is playing for them today. Yang Min. Someone's told me how to say his name. I need to remember to put that in the video. It's always interesting when you have one of your players out on loan, hopefully performing well, but not performing well in this game today. Odegaard. He can just breeze beyond people, right? Odegaard, screw it. Go for it. Odegaard still. Oh, 2 bites to the cherry. Fair play. We haven't seen much of Odegaard this season, and I'm a fan. I think he could be maybe one of the future players in the team. Yang Ming now. Oh, my God. DeJohn Sterling. They got some pace there with Min, though, haven't they? That. Through there to Odegaard. Odegaard wants to slide it across. He does. Solanke. Tried to just touch it into the far post. Odegaard looks lively in this game, though. I'm enjoying it. Solanke here, maybe? Oh, we're going to get that down. To Odegaard with a shot. We'll take another corner. That's out. Inside. To Odegaard. No one tried to keep with him. He's going to pull it back across, is he, to Brennan Johnson. Maybe he should have pulled that back to Solanke. Yang has so much pace. Good footwork as well. He is he's a problem right now. Vicario will save that. That is really the first effort we've seen from Rangers this game. Kulusevski wants that ball over to Brennan Johnson. He again is going to be a bit of a danger man here. Brennan Johnson. Oh, he tried to slide it out. Maybe he should have gone for the chip. We've made a ton of subs. There's time left on the clock, but there ain't much of it. And that is the thing that is our biggest issue right now. I've got the ball there with Kulusevski. If he plays it... Oh, he has. Is this a substitute? Angel Gomez, it is. He's got pace. Angel Gomez. Angel Gomez has the pace. Angel Gomez has the pace! Oh, what a huge goal from Angel Gomez. I brought him on in the position of Luka Modric. Of all people, he's gone a bit deeper, and he's going to go clean through, and this is really going to kickstart our Champions League campaign. Scoring a goal like this one, he just had the pace to beat everyone. Fresh man, fresh legs. What a finish. It wasn't easy when he went clean through. He still had to find the back of the net, and he's done just that. And our first Champions League win under the reign of Yorkie is going to come against Rangers at home. And that feels good. It feels good to get 3 points on the board. They absolutely battled in that one as well. They didn't make it easy for us. So we've still got all our youth scouts available, and I'm going to start sending them out now because we're reaching a stage where I'm going to either get rid of or promote players in the academy and have the next, set come through. So my first one is going to be Wales. Obviously, you know, Gareth Bale. Let's go there for 6 months. And he started as a left back, right? So I'm just going to go all down the left-hand side. We're going to go to Wales and just go all down the left-hand side and see if we can find the new one of him. Then also, someone recommended Finland. I'm just going to scout for any kind of player here. I think I might go CM, Cam, striker, and then centre-back as well. We're just going to cover all down the middle with this one, and I don't care what roles they can play. Which then does leave us still with one scout not doing anything, and I'm going to be asking for your guys' suggestions. So let me know, where should our third scout go for our youth academy this season? Because as things stand right now, there's only a couple of players that maybe might make it out of this academy and get some opportunities. It is that time of the episode then. I think we're about halfway through. I'm still kind of getting to grips with these longer episodes, but it is time for the hashtag Ask Yorkies from you guys. And the first one we're going to have here is Yorkie. Why are you trying to sell Van de Ven? I'm not. I want him to stay. Look, this is something that I completely get, and I love the interaction and feedback, the comments. Honestly, they make this safe. I want you guys to be immersed in this like I'm immersed in this. I'm basically living the life of a Tottenham manager right now. But Real Madrid were coming knocking. Look at Real Madrid right now. They have some of the best young talent in the world. They have built an absolute behemoth of a team. Looking to save, they sold Eder Militao to Arsenal. So they have room. They want these centre-backs. They want to change their style of football. Van de Ven is an unbelievable ball-playing centre-back who can bring the ball forward. He's fantastic. Of course Real Madrid want him. And if it was going to break the record, which is why I didn't let him go, if it was going to break the record transfer fee for a centre-back, I have to do it. Like, it makes sense. If Real Madrid went to Tottenham now in real life and went, I'm going to give you 100, but probably not right now, but if they went and offered 100 million for Van de Ven, it wouldn't shock me if he left Tottenham. It's just the way it is. It adds a bit more drama to the save, if that makes any sense. The next question is, though, why don't we have an A and a B team? And that, simply put, is because I rotate. I don't know if you guys will notice. You probably have to look a little bit deeper because I do jump into games. I rotate the team a lot. And I think that'll probably show here by the appearances. You got your Doji 9, Johnson 9, Solanke 9, Van de Ven 8, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 6, 6. Do you know what I mean? I rotate the team a lot. We've only played 8 games this season. So someone like Archie Gray has played 4 of those games. It doesn't mean they started, by the way, but he's played 4 of those 8 games. Murillo 4, Reinders 4, Odebear 3, Moore 3. Like, I rotate constantly, but I rotate with personnel that I want to put in for that game. I probably change my lineup at the start of near enough every match. So for me, there's no need to have a B team. I'm never going to put a complete different 11 out. That's just not really ever going to happen. But I might make 8 changes to the 11 that played the week before, if that makes sense. So I don't like having an A and a B set up because I'm not just going to swap to a B team. A lot of these players are all good enough to be in the A team. So the next hashtag Ask Yorkie is quite a big one, a detailed one, and these are the kind of ones that we're gonna look probably more to answer in these videos, and then in the transfer window videos, I will take all of the suggestions and I will put them in that video, okay, when we go over the player and talk about them. So this one starts off, there's a few points in this one, and it says, who are my top 3 valuable players, in my opinion, from last season? And I'll be honest with you, it didn't take much thought for me to turn around and say Heung-min Son. He was the #1 player last season, and we would have not got Champions League football without it. And next up, our real #1, in reality, Vicario. He saved so much last season. God, I don't know where we'd have been in terms of goals conceded if it weren't for him. And last but not least, he's going to be another defensive player. We had one of the best defenses in the league last year, and a lot of that was down to Van de Ven and Romero. I know, so subject. But Van de Ven, for me, was unbelievable. I loved using him. I'm going to continue to love using him. So, yeah, that's my top 3 players. Then I was asked who my silent hero was. And I'm taking this as someone who actually went under the radar. We didn't rate him, but he actually had a great season, and that was Dominic Solanke. It didn't look good for him at the start of the year, but this man has turned my opinion around, and I hope your guys' opinion is around. He's just really taken off, and I'm loving the performances he's putting in. I was also asked who failed me the most, and it was difficult because I thought Pedro Porro became super error prone, bad passes, a lot of patterns of play that you guys want to have seen. So it's difficult for me to put him there. But for me, Pedro Porro wasn't good enough. And the other player, even though he had a great end to the season, James Maddison, and he started this year fairly well with 3 assists, He just let me down last year. I needed more out of him. But he's earned favour back with me, and I'm hoping we're going to get that out of him this year. He also wants to know who are the most important signings that came in the window. And I can't look any further than Reinders. He's going to be a beast. And the thing is with Reinders is you're not really going to see it because he's going to do all the dirty work in the midfield, and you don't really get to see that in the highlights. But I'm telling you right now, Reinders is going to be big. I actually think Luka Modric is going to be big as well because you bring in that experience. His stamina is still insane for a 40-year-old. He's still very good from what I've used so far. But yeah, I would say Modric and Reinders are probably the two biggest ones. But I can't understate the battle between Howard Bellis and Murillo is going to be extremely important. Right now, I'm preferring Howard Bellis. I might end up preferring Murillo. Who knows? But figuring out who our centre-back partnership is, that is a big thing. And last but not least in this mammoth question, I was asked, what are my goals for this season? And I will be honest with you, this is another rebuilding season for us. I want to build upon our performance in Europe last season and just have a better all-round performance in European football this year with Tottenham. And I also want to get Champions League football again. I want to be in the top 4. And ultimately, the goal that is in the background, but one I'd definitely like to achieve, is can we try and win some trophy this year? We're already out of the Carabao Cup, so we only have the FA Cup, Champions League, and the Premier League. All of those are a tall ask for us, but that's what we're going to try and achieve. Now, the last question that we've had in the hashtag AskYorkie that we're going to answer in today's video was, if you want realistic handball, you should use 4-1-4-1 formation with keeper on sweeper keep. Now, I've done all of this. I'm going to put this up on the screen. I've done this. We near enough did this at the start. I tried the 2 cams. We've tried a few different things. Now, I might plug in this tactic at some point and give this a go because we haven't done 4-1-4-1. So we will give this a try. I do appreciate the tactical suggestions. I like that. I am not trying to play handball. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to play our style of football. I am now the manager. Ange isn't here anymore. I'm trying to play that. But I do like the idea of giving these different formations out and giving them a try. So we will probably add this and create it, and we'll give it a try in one of the games. And who knows, we might end up loving it. It might end up being fantastic. We might love it. It uses a lot of roles that we already use in the team anyway. So yeah, I'm honestly, tactical suggestions I'm super open to. Leave them down below. That's going to be it for the hashtag AskYorkie in this episode. Thank you so much again. I do appreciate you all leaving these. Let's get back into the game. Now, before we could get back to Champions League football, and Barcelona, by the way, is who we play next. We have this Wolves game. I'm going to quick sim it. Hopefully we get a good result. We do. Howard Bellis has scored a goal for us. Oh, I love that. Bakayoko as well. Bakayoko, Howard Bellis on the score sheet. Solanke scoring as well. I will be honest, Wolves are in the relegation zone this season. They're not having a good year. So that was definitely an expected win from us. They don't come much bigger than this, though, do they? Because we'll play Barcelona next. This is the 11 to take on Barcelona. It's such a strong 11. The only real downside to this one against Barcelona is it's an away day, but their stadium is not in the game. It's a all right representation of their stadium, but God, I would love for that to be back in the game. Now, we did manage to get ourselves back on track, obviously, in that game against Rangers, but this game here against Barcelona is a much different task. This will be their starting 11, and I'm going to be honest, it's pretty bloody strong. They've signed Zaire Emery. What was interesting is the left back. I don't know who Martinez is. I don't know if it's from Manchester United, and then Torre, who I think grows really well out on the left wing. So they are a couple of questions there, but nonetheless, it's a strong 11. And it's not going to be easy. Now, the Martinez isn't Lissandro, is it? From Manchester United. So it is a 80 overall. And I don't actually know where he's from. I don't know if he's there in real life. I actually don't know. But away days haven't been great. We haven't traveled well. Let's hope that we could kind of change that in this one. This would be a massive scalp and really a statement for us. So I am hoping with Modric and Reinders and Maddison, those 3 today is going to link up so well. And we're going to find so many gaps in behind, like this one potentially here for Dominic Solanke. He's got the strength. He didn't have the pace to keep going. Fires that one up to Son. He's not had the same goal scoring record this year, but he'd love to get on the mark against Barcelona. That's the man I'm probably most fearful of it. Rafinha. Confusing everybody. They're still weird. Oh, no, I've been beat. Whoa, that did not go in. I thought he was going to score it. I slipped up there with Van der Ven. That was so stupid of me. But Lewandowski's still heading up their front line. That's an interesting one, in my opinion. I thought they might have moved on at this point, but can we say, oh, we're using Luka Modric, who has a lot of experience of playing against Barcelona. Got a free kick. I don't know if I could do it with these. I'm not. This isn't my strength, Solanke. Nobody else wanted it. Why did nobody else go for that? Avoiding defeats is the biggest thing for me right now. I think, you know, you pick up a point here against a side that you might have gone in and said, right, we don't know if we're going to get out from that game. And then, you know, we beat the other sides. We beat the sides like Rangers. Like at this stage, it's just, can we hold on? And we can't. No. We've defended so well all game. I feel so sorry for the boys. This would have been such a hard 4 point. But instead, it's going to be a loss. Oh, that's infuriating. And we offered absolutely nothing in this game, I have to be honest with you. But again, another trip on an away day just comes out unsuccessful for us. We are not fluid going forward. We're really struggling going forward, I have to be honest. But I'm just more frustrated that we just let them creep in right at the end when we had tired legs on the pitch. Oh, God, this one's going to sting. We are going to have easier games, though. We know that. It was Barcelona, but we're currently 26th. 3 points. You know, we're more than in this. We'd go through right now. I think a couple of... Look at this. Look at how tight the Champions League is. We could pick up a couple of wins. And considering who we play next in the Champions League, Napoli, Bayer Leverkusen, I don't think they're easy games. Athletic Club would probably be the one that I look at, Monaco and Bruges. So the 3 last games, I look at more as winnable games. Now, of course, obviously in that game, we got an injury to Brennan Johnson. We bring him off. He's going to be out for 4 weeks. So huge opportunity for players like Odegaard and Bakayoko to step up now. And it's going to be Bakayoko who's going to get the first opportunity to do that then with his game against Fulham. It's going to be a quick sim. We are away and we win it 2-1. Angel Gomez comes on and scores, and Udoji with a goal for us as well. Brilliant. Finally, next in the league then, and we're going to see Kulusevski, Reinders getting his first goal for the club, and James Maddison scoring as well. We're flying through these games in the Premier League now. Burnley obviously freshly promoted. Made sense to sim it. We do have this year's Ballon d'Or though, and it's going to be Vinicius Jr. who wins it. So I believe in the first season it's always programmed to be Haaland. I haven't seen anyone who hasn't got Haaland. But yeah, Vinny Jr. winning it in 2025. I bet he's a beast in this game right now. Another away trip then in the Champions League next, and this time it's going to be Napoli. Now, we don't travel well, and I have rotated massively. I'm giving Velez an opportunity up top today. I wouldn't normally play this game, but Napoli have their kits and the badge and everything back into the game again, so I really wanted to play this match against them. I don't know if that man there, Victor Osimhen, is in the team. Never mind. The question's been answered. Victor Osimhen is back from loan and will be playing for Napoli in this game. And wow, is he good. 89 overall. And all round, if I'm being honest, Raspadorian, they're a player I really like. Neres there and Gisa, Labutka, good midfield that. The defence, strong in areas, not strong in others. This is a good Napoli side. Romelu Lukaku on the bench. This is one you could slip up against. This is one we kind of need to try and get 3 points against. You might be questioning why we've rotated, but we just have tired legs. We have to rotate. Don't give them chances early. But luckily for us, Hato at centre-back today did a good job. Osimhen again, and Hato with another block. He's all over the place at the minute. Bakayoko, the option we've gone for today. Hopefully he can show some strength and some talent. It's been a bit of a slow start for him so far at Tottenham. They're trying to adjust from being in the Dutch league. Gomez to Velez. Keeps it going. Heung-min Son now from distance. Probably too much distance on that one. I'm going to kind of try and use Velez today like Harry Kane. Hold up the ball, move the ball on good passing. That's what I'm going to try and do. We haven't tried to do that with Solanke just because he's so... He's a bit speedy, a bit more athletic right than Velez, so he can get in behind. But we are going to try and do that today with Velez and see how that works for us. We're in a bit of a conundrum here. Can we get it away? We can. Free kick to Napoli. Again, I mentioned it a few times. We just don't travel well. So having better travel today and getting a good result would be massive. Only 1 win in the Champions League, 2 defeats. One of them really one you'd look to avoid in Kyiv. One of them against Barcelona last minute. Those things do happen. And it is sad when it does happen. This could work out. Velez plays it into Angel Gomez. He scored the winner recently. It was super important. And he's going to go through and score again. Angel Gomez makes it 1-0. Napoli committed a bit too much to the cause there. Gomez showed strength, speed, and a tidy finish. He might have to start a few games, to be honest with you. The biggest headache I have right now is Kulusevski, Angel Gomez, and Maddison. Maddison is the starter, so it's who else plays? Who is the official backup? And Kulusevski may be way too good to be a backup, and maybe Angel Gomez is going to be too good to be a backup. Okay, up to Velez again. Just looking to kind of use him as that link-up player. And it's working so far. Bakayoko doing a great job here. They've stood off him. They've stood off Bakayoko! He's going to score! What a moment for him! We have a 2-goal advantage against Napoli on an away day in the Champions League. Near post finish as well. And once again, using Velez as that man. That man that just links up play. Guys, it's working. I didn't expect it to. I've forgotten what role we put him on. It's not advanced forward. It might be poacher. It's not false 9. I can't. Anyway, regardless, what we're doing right now with the link up is working. Anderson, aside to Angel Gomez, who is having a worldy game. And that is brilliant defending. I thought Gomez was through again. Pushing bodies now. Firing off shots like that. They're going for it. Ray in there. Velez has been found. Oh, he's strong. Oh, look at that footwork from Velez. And he really wants to get on the score sheet as well. There's numbers. There's a numbers advantage. It's Velez in. He deserves a goal. He's performed so well. But the shot just wasn't there, was it? It just wasn't good enough. But he's shown what he can do when he's in the team. We don't have to use him as an all-time goal-scoring threat. We can use him to link up play with our wingers, who are big threats. 2-0 victory in Italy then. And for once have we broken that away day just misery that we have in European football. And I have to give Velez a shout out. He linked up play fantastically. He should have scored towards the end of the game there, which is just it's a huge shame that he doesn't get his goal. But my God, was he really good playing like Harry Kane? Or should I say the Harry Kane role? He didn't play as well as Harry Kane. Harry Kane is very good at scoring and finding the back of the net, but he did so well at linking up play and pushing those wingers on. Masterclass at the back as well. Howard Bellis, man. I really like him, and Hato as a centre-back is great as well. Next up in the league there was Crystal Palace. I went full strength. We went a goal down, Kolo Muani, but look at this. 2 goals. Son and Bakayoko, the 2 wingers scoring. Another brilliant result in the Premier League. Now, with us hitting the midway stage in November, I think this is the best place to end the episode, and no better place to end it. There's a home game in the first North London derby of the season against Arsenal. They are third, we are second in the league. This game is going to be huge. And I genuinely believe that the way we are playing, the form we were in, you know, Bakayoko now coming good. I've started Angel Gomez again because God is he coming good. This team is good enough. Modric and Reinders in the centre of the park. I'm really enjoying them at the minute. Hato in the team as well. He's defensively been sound. This is a huge statement win if we can get it today. Now, this should be an interesting Arsenal 11 for this one. Eder Militao, of course, came in, but they have no Martinelli. So it's Trossard, Gabby Jesus, and Saka on the wing. The stage is set then for another huge North London derby. And this is a different Tottenham, lads, than the team that beat us in the cup final. Get to that Vicario. Absolutely love it. He would have been offside anyway, I think. But yeah, this is a different Tottenham. We've become a little bit more possession-based in terms of not rushing the football this season. And so far, it's massively working out for us. Into Solanke, who doesn't have the passing prowess to link up play probably as well as Velez, but we know he's the danger man. Get him in a good position. That's not a foul. And that was light. There was no need for that. On. In there. Play it over. Bakayoko, really hard one for him to take. Oh, but he did. He set his feet. He took the shot. He pulls it just wide. It was nearly 1-0. Look how quickly they closed onto him, though. Whiskers away from Tottenham having the lead. Bakayoko, welcome, mate. He really has started to take just form recently. He's just looking better and better as the games go on, and more dangerous as the games go on. Brennan Johnson should be back at the start of the next episode, though. He only has the bandage next to his name now. See if we can whip in a decent corner. That's a good corner in, Solanke. He was there, but he handled it or fouled the opposition. Trossard. He's put himself about a bit. But look at that from Howard Ellis, sorry. I'm not sure this should be a free kick, personally. I don't know what they're going to do here. Are they going to roll it? No, they're going to go for it. And it's beyond the post from Trossard. Listen, on Solanke, who's going to play that through to Bakayoko. That has worked out really well. Bakayoko again. Bakayoko again. Just went near post. But he's dangerous, boys. He is a dangerous man, getting in very good position. Dom. Oh, what's that pass, Dom? If he gets that ball through, and again, oh, again, we're just getting a little bit unlucky with some of these forays forward. Stalemate at halftime then. 0-0, still the scoreline. 0-0 actually wouldn't be a bad scoreline for us because we would still stay second in the league with, I think, a 2-point gap. So 0-0, or just a draw, actually, in general, isn't a bad scoreline for us. So, what's that ball over? Son wants to get to it. Militao. He's so good. Honestly, the hardest part about playing against Arsenal is it's so hard to break him down because Militao and Gabriel are two wonderful defenders. There's not a weak link as centre-backs go. That's why Dominic Solanke's barely seen the football in this game. Gabby Jesus' shot saved. Odegaard won the ball back from Son. I can't believe Odegaard won the ball back from Son. And that's a great save. Oh, my God, they got the second ball. Of course they got the second ball, but he blazes it over the bar. Rander's coming forward. Is that a ball on for the first time to Dominic Solanke, who is brought down. He's holding his leg. Oh, he's only going to get a yellow as Ben White. I'm not sure why that wasn't a red. I think Solanke could have got injured there, and he has got injured. Oh, this changes everything. Velez is coming on, boys. But if that's a long-term injury, look, I'm fuming. If that is a long-term injury, we could be in trouble. I just smacked my hand on the table. I'm that bloody angry. Well, luckily for us, Velez has had an audition recently and done very, very well in it. So, because of that audition, I'm not worried about actually bringing him on. Bakayoko trying to twinkle toes his way through and bulldoze his way through. And he nearly did. A lovely ball in behind to Saka, to Trossard. Oh my God, they missed it. But what are these run-outs from the goalkeeper? Does anybody know? Like, what the hell was that from Vicario? Can we break? Pedro Porro's come on. He's got the pace, but I know that I don't have the bodies up here with me. Velez wants that one over to Son. Oh my God, Son, get it. Oh my God, Son, get it. Win us the game. Heung-min Son makes it 1-0 Tottenham. Velez with the assist. Just moments after they rattle the post, we are going to score. Don't be jumping up and down, Dom. You're bloody injured. And of course, it is none other than Heung-min Son who bags the goal for Tottenham, our captain. This would be a 5-point gap that we would open up if we can get this win. Piling down the line. Tempted, but I know Velez isn't great at scoring. Screw it. Velez, touch, Raya, saves. Should have knocked it back across the back of Yoko. That was a tap-in. Velez has found Son. Good footwork. Keeps it. Plays it through to Velez. That was lovely. Velez! Oh, he's got to score one of them. That should be the last act of this game. We should be hearing the full-time whistle as we do. I can't believe we nearly made it 2. We are at home, obviously, though. North London derby away might be a different story. But right now, it's 1-0 in this season for us. And that gives us a 5-point gap now, top of the table, ahead of Arsenal. Catching Manchester City might be difficult. They've not lost all season. But as things stand, we look a little bit better now in the Champions League, thanks to that Napoli result. We've lost 2. We've won 2. We'll take that so far. And as for the Premier League, we're absolutely flying. It's difficult, though, because Manchester City have been perfect. Just 12 wins this year for them. They've come back with a vengeance after a poor season last year. Liverpool, last year's champions, are in 4th place. We currently have 10 wins and 2 losses. 20 goals for, 11 against. So not quite the best defence this season, but we're right up there with it. 25 points is very good for us so far this season. Now, we are right at the end of November as well, so we will play December and January in the next episode. So get suggestions in for players we should be looking at January, where you think we should strengthen the team. Oh, we had an injury to Dom. Let's see what that was. I need to give you guys correct information. Oh my God, I can't. I don't want to do this. Ben White, I used to love you as a Leeds fan, and I absolutely hate you now. Oh, boys, I don't know where we go now, because I'll be honest, right? This is Velez's moment until the January window opens. Of course, it's Velez's moment. Have you seen how well he played towards the end of this episode? Linking up play, playing good football, moving the ball nicely, but we all know it, and we've seen it. He can't score. So we're going to really rely on Bakayoko, Brennan Johnson, who comes back at the start of the next episode, Heung-min Son, Odebear, these players to grab the goals. And I'll tell you something, it's a good job that Angel Gomez is now starting to score from Cam, but that is a stressful injury to end this episode on. Oh my God, where do we go from here? I know where I go to spend hours now editing this. It's going to take me forever, so make sure you smash that like button to show your gratitude. Thank you very much for the support on the series so far. This is a spanner in the works, this injury, and I love it. I will see you for the next episode where we will fulfill the January transfer window and figure out what the hell we're going to do up top.